Hi, how y'all doing? It is June the 19th, 2025. It is Thursday here in Ontario, Canada. We're completely grayed out and it's raining cats and dogs. Not literally, but it's just dumping on us, right? A lot of rain really quick. I went out to the store, my hair's wet. I was just soaked. I'm gonna jump in the shower in a couple of minutes because the weird thing about it is when it started raining, I looked at the windows and I thought there was condensation on the windows, like when it steams up. So I touched the windows and it's not. It's on the outside. It was all super misty, right? Which is different. Can't say I've seen that. And now that the rain's drying off of my window screen, there's like a film of something on the screen, right? Where it's not turning into droplets. It's just stuck there. So strange. I think the Schumann's been blacked out since the 17th. It wasn't posted yesterday, right? And yeah, that's why I think so. They're just not doing it. They're not telling us about it because it's a blackout. I wonder why. I wrote a couple of things down. That icky sensation I told you about the other day? Or yesterday? It was at my solar plexus. It was really strong, right? Well, it just disappeared around 5 o'clock. Gone. It was fine. It was like it's not even there anymore, right? I went to sleep early or easy, and I slept well. I only woke up once to go to the bathroom. Woke up early. My ears ringing. So how does that work again? When it's not ringing the Schumann's high and when it's ringing the Schumann's low, I think. I'd have to go back and look at a previous video. I should have wrote that down somewhere, right? To be able to look at it and call it back. My memory call it back. I was having a conversation with my son earlier before he went to work. And I was like, you know what I noticed? And he's like, what? Because I was watching some YouTubers that walk around, They don't really talk. Sometimes they do, but they just show you cities and towns and stuff. All these drug addicts that you see, they call them zombies, right? That are bent over and they're passing out wherever they stand. A lot of them, 80% of them, are wearing track pants. Gray track pants. I noticed that even watching the drug addicts walk down here, right down the road, because I could tell where they're going to the trap house, right? Because they take one little path behind all the buildings. All gray track pants. Strange, right? He said, low effort, Mom. They don't have to try because they're always too messed up in their head, right? And I was like, okay, it's just weird, right? I noticed that they all have this in common. So, yeah. And I said, you know why I don't feel sorry for them? And I'm not the type of person that's going to stop and talk to them and help them. And he's like, why? I said, because they did it to themselves, right? They've done it to themselves. Just because they're weak little bitches, they have weak minds, why should I take on their karma? Right? He said, it makes sense. I hear you. I agree. So, yeah. You make a mistake and you pick yourself back up and you fix it. And don't do it again. You say, I can't get off, I can't get off, I can't quit. It's just an excuse because you're a weak little bitch. That's all there is to that. It's like that with anything. With alcohol. With anything that you get addicted to. Right? It's your choice. Why do I feel so? I don't feel sorry for you. I don't. I'm not going to help you kill yourself. Right? Through drugs and alcohol. Ain't going to happen. Lighthouses. I don't think lighthouses are lighthouses. I think they've been redone, when a reset happened. I think possibly the closest thing I could think of is that they were towers for getting to the airships because we didn't have airplanes, we had airships, right? They brought in the Hindenburg and crashed it so that they could say we can't use them anymore. and put us in airplanes, right? Which crash a lot. It was only one airship that went down, and they did it themselves, right? So, yeah, all the towers, all the high places, like the top of the Empire State Building. There's even an old picture of an airship docked to it, and people would load and unload from it. So I'm thinking maybe the same thing with the lighthouses, right? Unless there was something else, I'm not sure, because I see them in other countries on the YouTubers I watch that travel in the middle of towns and stuff, right? Not near water at all. So, and they're old. So they were used for something that we are not told about. Volcanoes are spewing, every time they erupt, they're spewing out gold particles, because there's gold in Mother Earth, right? And they're putting gold out into the atmosphere. I believe it's part of the healing process for us and the Earth, because people know that I can't think of the word for it, silver and gold, loidial, right? You can consume it and it's healthy for you. It helps. And so it's doing it to everything. You know, we're breathing it in without even realizing it. So it's a good thing. It's part of the healing thing, right? There is no Starlink. They don't have satellites in space because they can't get out of the dome. So it is helium-filled balloons with satellites attached to them for monitoring, doing whatever, right? I know there is no Starlink, right? The Starlink would probably be these satellites. Elon Musk said he wasn't putting up any more ships either, right? So I wonder what that's supposed to signal, you know? Also, a lot of people are complaining that the news is not reporting on anything like weather, bad weather, anything really that's important. It's just doing crap. And that's because the media is gone, right? We're watching AI, and it's not programmed to do that. It's just showing nonsense. All those reporters and everything, they were all complicit in harming us and Mother Earth. So they've all been taken out already. That's why the news isn't the news. Right? With AI. Or actors, robots, whatever. You can tell a lot of robots, they don't blink. They talk to you like this, but they never blink their eyes. They can look from side to side, right? But they don't blink like that. It's one way to tell. So yeah. My Ascension symptoms today are ringing of the ears and the backside of my legs, from my butt to my knee on the back, is sore. It feels like I got whipped on both legs. I'm not sure what that is. It's not very comfortable. Doesn't matter if I'm standing up, laying down, or sitting down. It hasn't eased up. But this too shall pass. Everything changes, right? What is it? Today's the 19th, the 20th, or the 21st is the summer solstice. If it's a nice day, I think it'd be a good day to go have a picnic. You know? Hey, boo-boo. You want to go get a picnic basket? Right? So yeah, I don't know. It was okay at the grocery store when I went out. I didn't really pay attention to people very much anymore. I don't look them in the eyes. Only when I have to speak to them, right? So yeah. I wonder if it's going to rain all day. Or if it's going to slow down. The weather app says rain all day. So we'll have to see. The weather app hasn't been doing a great job either. A lot of 9s in the weather app though today. Right? The barometer was at 999. Stuff like that. You know? What's the date come out to today? It's the 7th. I should start doing this and looking up the meaning of the number 7 in numerology? What do you think it is? You probably know. Or maybe you don't. I don't know. I'm going to do a really quick search here and see if I can figure it out. So let's see. 7. Numerology. See if it makes any sense for the energies today. What's going to happen? Numerology, the number 7 is associated with spirituality, intuition, and analytical thinking. People influenced by this number are often introspective, creative, and may excel in fields that require deep understanding and insight, such as science or the arts. Interesting. So, we'd be getting downloaded today, I think. That's what I take that as, right? Maybe that's why it's so quiet. Or maybe it isn't. I guess we'll have to wait and see if they post a Schuman. You know? I hope it doesn't bother you that I just come on here all grungy looking and everything. Right? It doesn't really matter to me. I'm not out here to impress anybody. That's why I don't wear makeup or jewelry. No earrings. Although I got my ears pierced. When I was 16, my cousin bought or did it as a birthday present. And I was a people pleaser, so I let her do it, you know. But I never wear earrings. I'm not here to impress. So yeah, I'm here to help. That's all. By speaking my truth. So yeah. Every day I'm stronger than the day before. Every day I'm wiser than the day before. And every day, I like this, the Ascension symptoms flow through my body with ease more than the day before. I love you all as a consciousness. Enjoy this night or day. Okay? Okay. Bye.